Well, good morning. Today is Friday, May 20th. I'm Danielle Wiggins with your 3 News Now morning update. Well, thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook and YouTube pages. We start with Holly for a check of today's forecast because, Holly, it's going to be a hot one.
Danielle, you're not kidding. We're talking like 90 degrees hot, so it's going to feel very much like middle summer. And as we track hour by hour on our National Design Mart forecast, we're seeing a few shower chances through this morning. We will dry out though for the afternoon, so all your plans for later today are a go. And you'll be in tank tops. I mean, if you're going to be out on a patio, it really is going to be that warm. Temperatures in the 70s tonight. We get into your Saturday and most of the day is dry. I say most because tomorrow we are tracking a very strong cold front. And as I stop the clock into tomorrow evening, you're going to see intense rain and thunderstorms moving through. There will be the potential for not only strong but severe storms with hail and gusty winds, so do keep up with the latest forecasts and obviously have a backup plan for anything that is outdoors late in the day tomorrow. Then behind the front on our Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook, we will see temperatures cool off into the 70s. That's seasonal for Sunday. Of course, we've got all our runners across downtown, and we are expecting at least some scattered rain showers. Thankfully, not those extreme hot temperatures, so that's good news. 60s on Monday. That'll be 1 week till Memorial Day, which is so hard to believe. And then we're back in the 70s as we look ahead. It's seasonal as we're leading up to the big holiday weekend, Danielle.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Holly. Well, developing this morning, Akron police have released new video in hopes of finding the person responsible for a deadly drive-by shooting. So take a close look at your screen. The shooting happened Tuesday morning at 11:30 a.m. The victim, identified as 28-year-old Latasia Leatherwood, was the passenger in a car. As the car was driving down East Avenue, she was shot in the head and later died from her injuries. Akron police do not believe the woman was targeted and are asking anyone with information to give them a call. And big news for drivers worried about being slapped with costly tickets from traffic cameras. A new Ohio Supreme Court ruling makes it harder for communities to fine motorists for speeding. Mark Namick explains the ruling and its potential impact on small towns known for their revenue-generating speed traps.
Motorists know they shouldn't do it, but they often do anyway and pay a heavy price when their cars are photographed speeding in places like Newburgh Heights, East Cleveland, and Lindale. Camera-generated tickets are a key source of revenue for some towns, between 20% and 50% of the budget of Newburgh Heights, depending on the year. In Lindale, a town with just more than 100 residents, fines, licenses, and fees generate around 90% of the budget. But the Ohio Supreme Court upheld a 2019 law that creates a big disincentive to use traffic cameras. That law says the state government can subtract $1 from the pot of state funding a city gets for every dollar the city collects through traffic cameras. The ruling will cost communities who use traffic cameras millions in state funding. The ruling also likely ends the use of speed and red light cameras. Newburgh Heights Mayor Gigi Traore told 3 News she's disappointed by the ruling, but is stopping the use of automated traffic cameras. She said she's preparing for new ways to generate revenue. Mark Namick, 3 News.
Mark, well, let's get to the latest on the coronavirus now. The Ohio Department of Health released its weekly COVID numbers Thursday, reporting 19,536 new cases over the last 7 days. That is well above the state's 3-week average. Hospitalizations are also slightly above average. And a panel of CDC advisors have voted to recommend children between the ages of 5 and 11 receive the COVID-19 booster shot. The endorsement has come just days after the FDA authorized a 3rd shot of Pfizer's vaccine to elementary-age children 5 months after their last dose. Children between the ages of 5 and 11 will receive just 1/3 of the regular dosage that's given to everyone 12 and older. And many of those who have already had COVID-19 may still be dealing with long-haul symptoms. It's a serious issue, but doctors can't give you a time frame for how long it will last or even if it will ever end. The most common symptoms seem to be overwhelming fatigue, persistent cough, shortness of breath, heart palpitations, lightheadedness, and loss of sense of taste and smell. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all treatment, so patients typically have to meet with different specialists. It's important to remember anyone could be at risk, even if they've been vaccinated.
We are seeing patients who've been vaccinated also presenting with COVID or the long COVID syndrome. Sometimes it's because they've had their 2 vaccines but haven't necessarily had the booster, so they might have been more susceptible to the Omicron variant.
Dr. Unglin, which you see there, says they are also researching how each variant impacts long haulers' symptoms. She also continues to emphasize the importance of the vaccines. Alrighty, turning to the weekend because there is a lot going on in Northeast Ohio this weekend. The Cleveland Asian Festival is kicking off tomorrow. Well, it's happening in Cleveland's Asiatown. Those going can experience cultural performances, colorful fashion, and of course, all of the food. The 2-day event runs from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. both days this weekend. And get this, our very own Lena Lai and Isabel Lawrence will help MC. And then the Union Home Mortgage Cleveland Marathon is also this weekend. This is the 45th year for the marathon. More than 8,000 entrants are expected for the 5K, 10K, half and full marathon events through the weekend. Events start today with the Health and Fitness Expo at the Huntington Convention Center. And we have a guide with everything you need to know on WKYC.com. Or you can get the guide sent right to your phone. How convenient. Just text the word marathon to 216-344-3300 and we will text you the link to our guide. And the city of Cleveland is becoming a staple for Guy Fieri. Oh, yes, it is. So tonight on the Food Network, Mason's Creamery on Bridge Avenue in Cleveland will be featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives. So this will be the show's 3rd stop in Cleveland since April. The show starts at 9, and another thing to look forward to, Fat Cats on West 10th Street will be featured on the show next Friday, May 27th. And in case you missed it, he already stopped at Mabel's Barbecue and the Raleigh Inn. Well, thank you so much for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and beyond. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Danielle Wiggins, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on Go Saturday starting at 5 a.m. Have a great day.